Welcome to George Washington Elementary School in White Plains, New York. I'm TERRI KLEMM and I'm the principal. George Washington is a professional development school with Manhattanville College, and what that means is we are collaborative and working to make the public school a better place for children and working in tandem with the college to prepare their students to be great elementary teachers. What you're going to be seeing are just some things that go on every day at George Washington Elementary, and you'll also see how we connect with Manhattanville College. It's our 4th complete year as a professional development school, so enjoy your tour.
Manhattanville professors and their students have had the opportunity to conduct their methods classes on the elementary level, and the courses have really taken off.
First year we did it, it was a very small group. It was about 4 Manhattanville students that came in to work with the kids, to teach lessons, a combination of watching me teach math workshop. They also tried to teach math workshop themselves, did a wonderful job. The second year we did it, it exploded in size, so the course had to change a little bit. There's about 12 college students in the class, so they each had one opportunity to teach a lesson. They looked at the curriculum maps and said where they were going to be on their day of the lesson. They planned a lesson, worked with the kids, and it was a great experience. And they had me as a coach, and they also had the college professor there as a coach in the classroom.
It can't be stressed enough that this has enabled everyone to benefit. The students at George Washington receive individual help and attention.
As an educator, you're really hopping around from group to group. But with the college students there, you can have one person who understood the objective of the lesson really monitoring. So it really gave that small group instruction and made it very strong.
While the college students gain insight by working in a real classroom, face-to-face, with children.
Here's the real world. This is what it's like to be in a classroom. And to be able to witness that before that year of stepping in and being a student teacher, I think is invaluable for them. It gave them perspective. How do you talk to a 10-year-old? How do you adjust your language to kids who are just learning the language? And I think all of those kind of insights that they gain from being here for several weeks are invaluable to them. And they bring that back, and I think it'll improve their practice. So I was glad to be a part of it.
And working with the professors at Manhattanville was an added bonus for the teachers.
I was able to be reflective on my own practice. I got to talk with another professional, someone who was, at the cutting edge of research. And so there was a lot of planning that went on.
3 faculty members were presenters at the Changing Suburbs Institute's annual conference at Manhattanville. Yolanda Rodriguez, Marianne Merrick, and Jackie Cabrera gave a workshop on strategies for differentiating instruction for English language learners. This relationship with the Institute provides resources to both our schools and allows faculty to share their expertise.
As a first grade teacher at George Washington School, I've had the wonderful pleasure of having many student teachers come into my classroom. They have come in with wonderful preparation to be in the classroom. They have a very good understanding of the first grade child, and they provide a lot of support, collaborative teaching, and background experiences that enhance their student teaching, but it also enhances my classroom. So I'm very appreciative of the work that they do and that Manhattanville College does in preparing them.
I thought it was such a wonderful opportunity to not only work with the students, but also to review afterwards what you had been practicing in the classroom. And being a career changer, I had no exposure to being a teacher at all, and the Fellows Program really provided the opportunity to have that transition period from being a student to being a teacher. I thought it was such a wonderful opportunity to not only work with the students, but also to review afterwards what you had been practicing in the classroom.
It has helped me to understand how I need to show good teaching practices, how to add to their background knowledge, to add to their experiences, and it helps me certainly by having another voice in the classroom, another hand or two in the classroom.
Being a fellow has also helped make it an easy transition into student teaching, since we're so familiar with the building and the routine and the students. So overall, it's just been very positive.
This was my first time having a student teacher, and though I've been teaching for quite some time, over 20 years, I knew that it entailed a lot of support from the cooperating teacher. So I was happy when I was offered a fellow, and I knew that a fellow came with a certain level of classroom exposure from working within a school in the process of becoming a fellow.
I think the most positive experience of being a fellows here at George Washington is having had the opportunity to do my student teaching here in a very supportive, comfortable, and nurturing environment where teachers, students, and the administration provide many challenges on a daily basis that have allowed me to grow and hone my craft to be a successful teacher.
What I would say about being a fellow was, New York State requires you logging like over 100 hours of classroom observation. And many times when I've sat in a classroom and just been an observer, I'm like sitting on my hands dying to like try something that I learned in the classroom. So being a fellow, I got to be in a classroom, I got to observe, but I got to try things that I learned in Manhattanville.
So once I received my fellow student teacher, it was such a wonderful experience. Not only did it give me an opportunity to share what I've learned over the years and to help guide and develop, but watching the student teacher, I learned a lot too.
And being a student teacher here, after having been a fellow for a little more than a year, has been a really big help to me to get acclimated and to jump right in and start teaching.
In many cases, student teachers have a tremendous effect on the students.
They really gave her great feedback as to how much she helped them. They really enjoyed her. She made the social studies unit come alive. She made math come alive for them, and they really enjoyed her. And they came to see her as a teacher.
Having the opportunity of working with the professionals who have embarked in student teaching as well as in the Student Fellows Program at Manhattanville has been extremely gratifying, not only for the professionals who signed up, but for our school community. For the most part, I will say that I've learned so much, not only from the student teachers as well as the fellows, but from observing the interactions, how they learn and gain skills from each other.
And I would recommend the Fellows Program to any student in Manhattanville, and I think that anybody who doesn't take advantage of it is really doing themselves a disservice, because there's just so much to be done at a school like this, and there's so much talent in Manhattanville, so to match the two together is really incredible.
It's also a pleasure to see how they have joined various fundraising opportunities here at our school, and it's been just a joy to be able to see them grow professionally and to gain that experience and expertise, but to be able to see how well these two institutions work together for the benefit of the children.
All of the 5th grade classes were given a tour of Manhattanville College this spring. Parents were also invited. They visited the castle, athletic building, dormitory, fine arts building, bookstore, had a library orientation, and went into a classroom in Brownson Hall where many classes are conducted. At the end, everyone enjoyed lunch at the food court and received a pen and folder with information about the college. The purpose was to have the students see a college campus and show them possibilities for their futures. The college gives a 50% tuition discount to Manhattanville for all accepted White Plains students who maintain a 3.0 average.
We're very excited about the partnership with George Washington Elementary School because it's given us a chance to bring our teacher candidates to the school to work with the children and the teachers. It's given us a chance to go in as faculty to work with the faculty and children, all for the sake of figuring out the best ways to help children learn. And our professional development school partnership with GW is part of our Changing Suburbs Institute, where we've decided that we need to do something to reach out to schools where the population is changing, and that together we can figure out ways to address instruction and assessment, all for the purpose of ensuring that children from diverse backgrounds achieve.